And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Sports Network. My name is Caden Warner along with Colton Hines here tonight. We are out here in Goddard, Kansas again as part of the Goddard Invitational. It is a cool 46 degrees, however, feeling like 37 with the wind chill. It is a north-northwest wind at about 20 miles an hour. Going to be a very cold one here, and wind is going to play a big part in this matchup for your Lady Crusaders tonight. Going to play a big part of this matchup tonight, excuse us for that, as your Lady Crusader soccer team will take on the Arc City Bulldogs. Unfortunately, as many of you know, on Monday night, Lady Crusaders suffering another loss against the Goddard Lions in a 4-1 defeat, and the Arc City Bulldogs would suffer a loss against the Garden City Buffaloes, which brings us to our matchup here tonight. We will be back after the brief starting announcements as well as the playing of our national anthem, courtesy of the Goddard High School staff. And thank you to those introductions from the Goddard High School Lions staff as we now await the signal from our official for tonight's matchup to start the clock. And there we go as we get this one started here tonight. And something Lady Crusaders are going to have to work on tonight that they were unsuccessful with during Monday evening's game as well as on last Thursday against the Hutchinson Lady Salthawks is going to be handling the ball and of course getting the ball passed around to each other and keeping it moving rather than just focusing on letting one person take it and lead with it. They're going to have to really work on passing the ball around tonight if they want to win this matchup. As the goal kick now comes from Arc City and going to go back out of bounds for a Lady Crusader throw in. And for the first half tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at least for now until halftime when the goals or excuse me, the defendants switch goals, the wind will be favoring the Lady Crusaders tonight as Arc City is defending the southern goal on the pitch and Bueller is defending the northern goal. However, Arc City finding their way through, and Paige McDowell going to try to stop this one. Great work from defender Paige McDowell there, as now senior Marin Lackey has this one and sending it up to Tanksley. And too much on that one. Camry Coker that is, unable to get to that one before it would go out of bounds as we await another Arc City Bulldog goal kick. And going back out of bounds here early on in the first couple of minutes here of tonight's match. And the goal kick coming now, and unless there just simply wasn't a lot of strength on that kick, you can see the wind playing effect there, as that was nearly a goal by the Lady Crusaders. However, another save here early on from Arc City. But as I was saying, you could see there on that kick from the goal that unless there wasn't much muscle on that, the wind is already playing into effect here, as that ball did not go very far. And now Aubrey Tanksley with it. A little bit of stop and go to get it in. And the angle not quite right there, as it's going to go wide left of the goal and out of bounds. And now there's two balls on the pitch. A little bit of confusion there. However, another Arc City goal kick coming in. And nearly a goal there, as that one's going to hit just the bottom of the uprights. And of course, you can see there, Lady Crusaders going black on black with black numbers and white outlines on the uniforms, and Arc City with the white shirt and purple shorts with yellow numbers. Now as Bueller is going to make some more progress here. And Camry Coker getting way up in there. Not enough power on that kick, nor the right angle to get that one as that one's going to go out of bounds as well. And again there, you can see the effect of that wind putting a backspin on that ball and leading it to curve south in the south direction back towards the goal of Arc City. Now Tegan Nielsen with it. And Tegan Nickel and Tegan Nielsen, Aubrey Tanksley are going to look to get something going early on here. And great work from the defenders to keep this one out of the goal, as another shot there from Tanksley will be unsuccessful. Now Arc City back in control of this one. Going to look to take it up deep into Crusader territory. However, great work from defender Maddie Tanksley to stop that one. And Nickel not quite able to keep control of this one, as this one's going to go out on Bueller, awaiting now an Arc City Bulldog throw in. And going to call this one out on Bueller. And Nickel now looking for Tanksley. Tanksley not quite able to get to that one. The wind creating a little bit more speed of the ball than she was expecting on that one, I believe, as she isn't able to keep that one. However, this one regaining control of, and over to Camry Coker, and Coker pass over there. Another shot from the Lady Crusaders, however, another unsuccessful shot, as that one's going to be just right and hit that outer netting of the goal. As the goal kick now will come from Arc City and right to Nickel. And a big kick there, going to go out of bounds on Arc City. As Maddie Tanksley will take this throw in. And giving it to her big sister there. As Nickel not quite able to keep that one. However, it will be touched last by Arc City as Tanksley with another throw in to older sister Aubrey Tanksley there. And Camry Coker over to Tegan Nielsen, over to Ashlyn Adcock with that one. And if Adcock can stop this, it will remain in bounds. And more possibilities open up for our Lady Crusaders to get one on the board here tonight. And now Abby Utsi with this one. Over to Tanksley. Camry Coker now is going to look to get one up. And off the body of an Arc City defender there, as we await now a Lady Crusader corner kick. Looks like Aubrey Tanksley will be taking this one. And another short kick there. Looks like taking some strategy from Goddard Lions. And short angle pass kick there. Not quite able to capitalize on the opportunity that they were looking to have, as Tegan Nickel and Tegan Nielsen are looking to create some productivity here for the Lady Crusaders early on. Maddie Tanksley passing this one up to Nickel. And able to keep this one in bounds and get the kick from, off of another Arc City Bulldog defender as we await another Aubrey Tanksley Lady Crusader corner kick here. And we do apologize for the blocked viewing of that corner kick. And a big kick there right into the goalie box. However, Lady Crusaders unable to capitalize on that one now as Abby Utsi looks to get this one up the field, back up to her forwards and midfielders. However, unable to keep control of this one as that one's going to go out of bounds as another Lady Crusader throw-in will come here. And Aubrey Tanksley now is going to look to get a goal. And Tanksley taking it all the way. Not quite able to get it. Great work from Arc City goalkeeper to keep that one out of the goal and keep it at a couple of goose eggs here early on, and another save there from Arc City as we are now 10 minutes removed from this first half. 30 minutes to go. And Tanksley, big kick there. Lady Crusader goal from senior Aubrey Tanksley. Way to go, Lady Crusaders. Now as we await the kickoff from Arc City to get this ball back in motion. And there it goes, off and going. As Tegan Nielsen is going to look to get off and early with this one. And is looking for Coker, I believe. However, unable to quite get it over to her like she wanted it to. As Arc City defenders are back in possession of this. And going to go out of bounds. They're going to call this one on Arc City. as Ashlyn Adcock will take this throw in and send it over to Aubrey Tanksley. And now another Lady Crusader corner kick coming in here. And this time to Paige McDowell, fellow senior, instead of Maddie Tanksley. And now Coker, not quite enough power on that kick to get it through, and too many defenders in the way. Not quite enough of a gap there to get that ball through. Now as Tanksley is going to look to get another one. However, the angle a little bit awkward there, as they will call this one out on Arc City, as Tanksley's probably fourth or fifth goal kick already here in the first half will come up. And there it goes. And too much on that one. Going to go over the heads of a few other forwards there. Not quite what they were looking for, as Arc City is back in control of this one. I apologize there, as Lady Crusaders are back in control of it. However, too much power on that pass to Camry Coker to let her get any sort of opportunity with that to even make contact with it to look and get that towards the goal. Going to go right towards goalkeeper, and goalkeeper again trying to get it down the field, however not really working for them, as that's another Lady Crusader goal early on here in the first. And that goal coming from Tegan Nielsen, her first of the season. And ball back in play now. And this one again going to go out on Arc City, as Clara Paulino there, as you can see, has entered the game along with number 21, McKenna Siemens. And Siemens up to Tanksley. However, the wind again playing a huge part in this game, as another pass will be overpowered by the Lady Crusaders and gain too much speed, as again a little bit of confusion on as to which ball will be used for the game. Tanksley just going to roll the extra out of bounds back to the ball boy. And Kenzie Welch, Brecken Martin, and Caroline Wagner now onto the pitch for the Lady Crusaders, as the first goal kick in several minutes now will come from Arc City. And Brecken Martin not quite able to keep this one in bounds, as it will go out on the Lady Crusaders. Now, Marin Lackey back with this one. And Caroline Wagner now in possession of the ball for the first time this game, passing this one up to Clara Paulino. Paulino, great pass over to Brecken Martin, and Brecken Martin, another pass to Paulino. And Paulino was looking for a pass back to Martin. However, unfortunately, going to go out of bounds as we await another Arc City Bulldog goal kick here. And Clara Paulino back up the field with this one, making a strong drive pass over now. And another great save here in the first half from Arc City. And Allison Gones and Desa Davini also into the game now here for the Lady Crusaders. As a penalty will be called on Lady Crusaders. I believe that will be offsides as we wait now a penalty kick from Arc City. And pass now to Davini. And Lady Crusader is going to look to make some good progress here. Not enough power on that kick. And Paulino, way too much sauce on that one. Going to send it right through the uprights and out of bounds for another Arc City Bulldog goal kick here. And you can see the frustration with herself as she would tilt her head back in anger at the overuse of power there. And Martin going to dodge that one, as Paulina will be back in control of this. And Paulino facing several defenders. That one will go out on Paulino. Unable to get that kick off in time for that one to remain in bounds and remain in possession of the Lady Crusaders, as your Bulldogs are going to look to get some productivity going for themselves and possibly get one on the board with this goal kick. However, right to Paulino, that one will go. And behind the back, Paulino passing this one over. And nearly a goal, and that's a Lady Crusader goal, I believe. As we do have an injured goalkeeper on the field now from Arc City. However, this will be ruled as a Lady Crusader goal. In the midst of everything, I couldn't quite catch who that was. However, we do have a player down, and we hope that no And ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for those audio issues we were having just now. We believe we've got them worked out, as several Lady Crusader goals have been scored in the meantime. Your score now 7-0. Very large lead here in the game as Casey Lale now is with that one. And now Tegan Nielsen. Large pass over the top there. Going to make it all the way over to the east side of the field. And we do thank you for your patience and understanding with our technical difficulties. We do appreciate it. As we are now officially 1/4 of the way done with the match here tonight between your Lady Crusaders and the Arc City Bulldogs. Now as Aubrey Tanksley is back up with it, was looking for a pass over to Nielsen, however, unable to get it through those defenders. And now Maddie Tanksley is going to look to stop this one, as well as Marin Lackey. And now this is probably about the deepest the Arc City Bulldogs have been into Crusader territory all night, as McDowell will get messed with there. McDowell just going to send that one out to stop the momentum. And if the Lady Crusaders will win this one tonight, which is looking and shaping up to be a Lady Crusader victory as their score is 7-0, we will play again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at a location that is still to be determined, whether that be here at Goddard or over just a couple of miles at Goddard Eisenhower, as Aubrey Tanksley looks to thread the needle here. And a save there this time from Arc City. Going to stop this one, prevent the 8-0. Sending this one way high, not even going to pass the 30-yard line. And looks like they will call the penalty there on Bueller. But as we were saying, if we win this one tonight, we will be playing tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the 5th place in the tournament. And if we lose, we'll be playing tomorrow at 5 o'clock for the 7th spot at this tournament. As the ball's back in play here in Ashlyn Adcock and Maddie Tanksley there. A little bit of teamwork to try and stop this one. Now Paige McDowell, and looks like Tegan Nickel as well over on that east side of the field, going to stop this. And Nickel sending this one up to Nielsen. Nielsen able to get this one before it will go out and possibly look to put the 8th on the board. Pass over to Tanksley. Tanksley, no good. And Lackey, way too much on that one. As now it'll be a fight between goalkeeper and Lady Crusader forward. Goalkeeper going to come away with this one. Great save there and great battle as yet another very short kick because of this north wind. And Lady Crusaders are going to look to hopefully send us home early tonight so they don't have to deal with that kicking into the north wind, as they would switch goals after halftime. And now Lackey with it. Now as Ashlyn Adcock is going to look to send this one over. Was looking for Tanksley. Tanksley going to end up with it eventually. And another Lady Crusader goal here tonight. This one coming from Aubrey Tanksley. Your score now 8-0. As it looks like the entirety of the JV squad and bench will come onto the field now. Get all these girls some good playing time here. Only varsity player remaining on the field for the Lady Crusaders would be senior Kaylee Parker, as the ball will go back into play now with 13 minutes left. And if the Lady Crusaders are able to get to a 10-0 score at halftime, that will be the end of the game, as that is high school regulation mercy rule, a 10-0 score. And tomorrow night, in addition to Lady Crusader soccer action, which will be on Crusader Sports Network 2, I would like you to know. If you are unaware of how to get to Crusader Sports Network 2, simply go to any of the Crusader Sports Network pages. And all of our channels are featured at the top of each page, so they are easily accessible for you to find for your viewing pleasure. Lady Crusader Soccer will be on CSN2 tomorrow, as I said. As baseball will be back in action against the Winfield Vikings at home park in Buhler, Kansas. In that game, as that will be on Crusader Sports Network 1, as well as softball going to be live on Crusader Sports Network Plus. Lots of Crusader activities happening tomorrow. As Camry Coker not quite able to stop that one before it will go out of bounds, unfortunately. Excuse me, that's not Coker. That is McKenna Siemens. I do apologize. And Siemens was going to look to get in front of this one before any Arc City Bulldogs could get to it. However, Arc City going to get to that one and going to go out of bounds on Arc City as well there. Siemens will take the throw in, and more Lady Crusaders coming in now. Looks like Allison Goins and Caroline Wagner are among them, as well as 15 Claudia Taylor. As well as Kinsey Welch now into the game. As we near the 10-minute mark. And looks like a penalty on Buhler going to be called there. I believe that will be offsides. And that one going to go out on Arc City. As the throw-in now from Welch. Was looking for number 25, Alyssa Berner. However, Berner not quite able to get to this one as it's going to go out of bounds as we await another Arc City Bulldog goal kick. And now Welch, Berner, and Devaney right there, all looking to put the 9th on the board here for the Lady Crusaders, as well as get a goal here in a varsity game, as JV will look to get some minutes here. And Welch coming away with this one. She might get it here. Awkward angle and no call there, as Berner really wants that one. Going to go out on Buhler, though, as no call will be on that push. As we are now officially under 10 minutes left here in the first half. Score still 8-0. As the goal kick will come there, and Devaney with it, and was looking to get some forward progress there. However, no Lady Crusader forwards to help her on that. The pass will be unsuccessful as Kenzie Welch is back with this one. And going to call this one out on Arc City. As well as next Monday, Lady Crusader Soccer will finally get their rescheduled match against the Newton Railers. And additionally, next week, Lady Crusader Soccer going to have another 3-match week as they'll be traveling to Circle and going to call that one out right there. Tough call to make, but one that had to be made. But as I was saying, Lady Crusaders also going to be traveling to Circle next week, as well as Friday evening, going to be taking the long trip. Excuse me, having a lot of issues here tonight. Long trip up to Winfield, take on the Lady Vikings. As the throw-in now will be made from Arc City. And Juliet Schenk is well in the game here tonight. And that one going sky high. Going to come back down, though, as well as going out of bounds on Arc City. And big kick there. However, too far away for that shot to have any sort of chance. Another big kick there, way wide right of that goal. And Kenzie Welch was going to look to try and put one on the board there. However, outmatched by two Arc City defenders as we await now the next Arc City goal kick, I believe. Excuse me, it's going to be a Lady Crusader corner kick. And looks like Alyssa Berner will be taking this one for the Lady Crusaders. Big kick there, right where they wanted it. And Sammy Brooks with that one. Another big kick, and Lady Crusaders going to look to drive this one in and put the 9th on the board before going to halftime. And Arc City coming away with this, and this one going to go nearly out of bounds, will eventually be forced out of bounds there as a Sammy Brooks throw-in comes here for Lady Crusaders. Nearly a handball by Kenzie Welch, avoiding it just in time, as this will be another Lady Crusader throw-in coming from Berner this time. And Desa Devini going to look to drive this one up. And a pass there, but to a Lady Crusaderless upfield. No one there to take that one and put it in the goal. So now the back and forth battle comes between the Lady Crusaders and your Arc City Bulldogs is Welch. Couldn't quite tell from up here who got the last of that one. Looks like that will be Arc City, as Lady Crusaders will take another throw-in, or excuse me, another corner kick here. Officially down to less than 5 minutes in the first half. And poor Kaylee Parker in the Lady Crusader backfield. No action to keep her moving to get that blood flowing. She's just standing there looking like she's absolutely freezing. However, now Arc City Bulldogs going to look to drive this one way down the field. However, that north wind, of course, playing great effect on how far that ball is going to go. I'm sure at this moment in time, she wouldn't appreciate some sort of action down there to try to keep that blood flowing. So we are now down to less than 4 minutes here in the first. And Lady Crusader is going to look to keep this one where they're at. Caroline Wagner not quite able to get any sort of contact there, as Devini will pass this one up. And this one, a very big kick there. And the Bulldogs way deep in Crusader territory, and Parker now getting some movement as this one's going to go out of bounds on Arc City. And Lady Crusaders now back up the field. Alyssa Burner, if she can get to this one, she might have a shot at one. Passing this one over. No! Lady Crusaders missing the pass now. Way too much on that kick. Going to go way out of bounds and through the uprights. And these ball boys are going to have a heck of a time chasing that one as it's still moving. Making it through that open fence there, and looks like it's wanting to go to the baseball field. That's the wrong field, soccer ball. And looks like it is close enough to halftime. Not even going to make an attempt to go get that one yet. As we await another Arc City goal kick here with our last minute and 15 seconds remaining. And not much power on that kick. Going to try to keep it low and out of the wind. As the pass will be looking for Alyssa Burner. Going to miss that though. As we are now down to under a minute left here of play in the first half. And it's another 2-on-1 situation for Burner there. And not quite enough curve on that kick to get it in, as Arc City will have another terrific save and another boot there. And the wind has died down to about 16 miles an hour with 30 seconds left here. However, still not favorable conditions to be kicking in, and I'm sure Lady Crusaders are not going to have any sort of fun trying to kick into this wind and put the last two on the board. So we are now down to 15 seconds. And 5 seconds left here. Looks like we will be seeing you in the second half of action between Lady Crusaders and Arc City Bulldogs. We'll be back after a brief 10-minute halftime. Thank you for joining us. We will see you shortly. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Sports Network, where we are back with your second half of Lady Crusader soccer action against the Arc City Bulldogs. In the first half, Lady Crusaders were very productive, as you can see by the 8-0 score. Going to look to put 2 on the board and hopefully send us home early tonight. And currently, just as the first half would end, nearly a couple of handballs there. As I was saying, just as the first half would end with our Lady Crusader junior varsity team now taking the pitch, we'll start the second half in similar manner with Lady Crusader junior varsity on the pitch and looking to drive deep now. And Lady Crusader is going to have maybe a little bit more difficult of a time, as this one was very deep into Arc City territory. Going to have probably a little bit tougher time navigating the ball towards the goal, as they will be kicking into the north wind. And as I said, the north wind had died down to about 16 miles an hour. However, still very tough to kick into and keep control of that ball. Hopefully, though, Lady Crusaders will be able to do so and get a couple on the board. As Alyssa Berner is trying to come away with this one and get this one through. And too much on that kick there, as it's going to go through to only Arc City defenders, as the throw-in now comes in. And good angle on the kick. However, the wind stopping all sort of power that it had to get past the goalkeeper there for Arc City, as another save will be made. And Sammy Brooks, big kick there to keep this one in the midfield. However, Arc City coming away with this one. And Arc City now is going to look to put it into Lady Crusader territory, as well as put their first goal on the board tonight, as that one's going to go out of bounds on Lady Crusaders, as we wait now another Arc City Bulldog throw in. But as I was saying, Arc City Bulldogs are going to look to put the first on their board here tonight. And Lady Crusaders back in control of this one, as Alyssa Berner not able to keep contact on that, going out on Lady Crusaders. And Lady Crusaders missing that pass there. Will be called out on Bueller. As Michaela Jarrett would be unable to make any contact with that one and keep this one in bounds. And now Lady Crusader defenders back with this one. I'm going to try to keep this one on the Arc City half of the field, on the pitch. As Michaela Jarrett with that one, tough hit there. And Jarrett able to stay on her feet, though. As that one will go out on Arc City. As the throw-in will be passed. Oh, goodness. Not quite the throw-in they were looking for. Will bounce off the back of Jarrett and out of bounds for an Arc City throw-in. That throw-in was from Kinsey Welch, and Welch not quite able to keep all contact with that, as Brooks would throw it up to Jarrett. Throw it up. As a tough hit there. Another one to Jarrett. Jarrett will go down on that, as the penalty will be called. And penalty kick now going to be taken. Looks like this one will be taken by Kinsey Welch. Excuse me, placed by Kinsey Welch, however, taken by Sammy Brooks. Brooks, strong kick there. And again, too much power on it. And the pass over to Welch now from Lale. And Welch driving through. As we are now 5.5 minutes removed from this second half. A little over 34 minutes left in the match tonight. And nearly a goal. Not enough power on it, though, of course, as I'd mentioned, and as Arc City was struggling with in the first half, kicking into the wind. It's difficult to be able to keep control over the ball as well as get enough power on it to get it past the goalkeeper. Because not only, and penalty going to be called, offsides there on Bueller. But as I was saying, because not only do you have to have enough power to get it through the wind, but you also have to have enough precision while maintaining power to not allow the wind to overtake the ball. Something that they're going to really struggle with here, I believe, with in the second half of the game. As the penalty kick there will be taken by Arc City. And Arc City now going to use this wind to their advantage and put a lot of strength into that. However, Sammy Brooks says no way, as ricochets off a couple of heads there. And Arc City missing that kick and back in control of this, though. As I was saying, they're going to use this wind to their advantage and try to get it past Bueller, goalkeeper, and get their first on the board here, as we are now down to under 33 minutes left. And now Jarrett making a strong drive, a pass over to Juliet Shank. Shank, not enough power on the kick to get that one through. As it will be taken over by Arc City goalkeeper and goal kick down the way. And if Shank would have had that one a little bit more to the left and just a tad bit more power on that, I believe that could have possibly very well been another Lady Crusader goal here tonight. And Arc City intercepting this one and trying to take it back into Crusader territory. However, Lady Crusader says no way. Traveling up the field now. And not able to keep control of that one. Looking a little tired there. And this one going to be called out on Arc City. As Casey Lale will be taking this throw in for the Lady Crusaders here tonight. As now some substitutions will be made for the Lady Crusaders. Desa Divini and Brecken Martin back in. As we are now down to the 30-minute mark, 30 minutes left here in the game and 10 minutes removed from the start of the second half. And Sammy Brooks now trying to keep this one away from Arc City. And that one going to go out on Arc City after the trip up there. As Juliet Shank is going to fight to get this one, not able to keep control of that though, as Desa Davini comes away with it, sending this one up, and this one going way in the air. And now great progress being made. If the Lady Crusaders can get to this one, they may have a shot at the 9th tonight. And again there, not enough power from the Lady Crusaders to get that one in. Shot no good. It's Kenzie Welch is going to look to keep this one going. And Bueller going to scoop this one up and launch that one down the field. However, out of control throw there as they were fighting the wind with that one again. Will not go anywhere productive and instead roll out of bounds. And Bueller, the entire first half, is progress by Welch is being made here. As I was saying, too much on that kick possibly. However, the wind might slow it down and create some sort of good here, as looks like Burner will come away with this. But as I was saying, in the first half, Bueller had the luxury of playing with the wind and kicking with the wind. Now they are, of course, struggling to keep this ball under control and get enough power on it to drive through the wind, as well as these Arc City defenders. And that one looked like it nearly went out of bounds by Welch. However, official not going to call that. However, Brooks not able to keep this one in. As some substitutions now will come onto the pitch for both teams here tonight. And Casey Lale and Michaela Jarrett back onto the pitch here for the Lady Crusaders. And now Arc City, great save there by Lady Crusader goalkeeper, keeping this one out. And defenders now going to have to work extra hard to keep this one up the field, or out of the goalie box, and move it back up the field. And in case you missed it in the first half, we will be back live here in Goddard tomorrow evening. If we win this game here tonight, if the Lady Crusaders win this game here, going to be playing again at 7 o'clock tomorrow for the 5th place slot in the Goddard Invitational. If we lose, going to be playing the 5 o'clock game for the 7th place slot. And additionally, back at home tomorrow in the first home game of the season for our Crusader baseball team and softball team. At home at Wheatland Park versus the Winfield Vikings. And that's going to be live. Baseball will be live on Crusader Sports Network, with softball being on Crusader Sports Network Plus, and soccer being live on Crusader Sports Network too. And if you missed the information in the first half of how to get to any of our other channels, if you're unable to find them by search, if you simply go to our main channel of Crusader Sports Network 1, both of our secondary and third channels are listed at the top of the page for easy access. You can go ahead and subscribe if you'd be kind enough to, so you don't miss any exciting Crusader action. And additionally, if you turn on the notifications, you will get notified anytime we at Crusader Sports Network upload a video or go live for our Crusader Sports. And this Saturday, Buhler High School Forensics will head out to Wichita East to look to get another top 3 placing in sweepstakes awards. Forensics team having a terrific season this year as Lady Crusaders make some terrific progress. As over this last weekend, traveling out to the Circle Hot Wheels Invitational, taking 7th overall with just 7 entries at the tournament. 7 students, I should say, 11 out of 13 events making finals. And several of those events would qualify for state. And as I said, the 7 students that we had taken out to that, out of the 200 that were at the tournament, were able to take 2nd overall. Rather impressive outing, if you ask me. And more Crusader activities taking place this weekend. On Saturday, Buhler Band and Choir go out to Great Bend for some terrific competition and solo and ensemble action. We wish nothing but the best of luck to them as well. As we are now down to nearly the 20-minute mark here in the second half. As Ashlyn Adcock back in the game here, as well as Brecken Martin. Brecken Martin nearly a goal, not quite able to get that one. Adcock not able to capitalize on this, and too much power on that kick, going to send it out of bounds. For another Arc City goal kick coming up here. And Caroline Wagner also back into the game here tonight for the Lady Crusaders. And way powerful kick there, as this one's going to go out of bounds on Arc City, and looks like Wagner will be taking the throw in here tonight for the Lady Crusaders. And short throw in there, and Adcock not used to playing against the wind here. Fortunately, going to send this one back out of bounds for an Arc City goal kick. And next week in Lady Crusader soccer action, Monday, we'll be playing a rescheduled season opener against the Newton Railers. After that, traveling out to Circle, and then after Circle on Friday evening, Bulldog going down there, and as well going out of bounds on a Bulldog. On Friday evening, traveling all the way out to Winfield to take on the Lady Vikings. Going to be another busy week for Lady Crusaders, another triple game week as Brecken Martin comes away with this one, traveling way up the pitch. And if she can get around this defender, she might have another goal on herself here tonight. Passing this one over, big kick there. Not the right angle and going wide right of the goal. As we are now down to the 20-minute mark. 3/4 of the game played through here tonight. And Brecken Martin again with this one. And possibly not going to decide to go with that one, as Ashlyn Adcock will come away with this and have to deal with a couple of defenders there on her. Passing it back to Martin. If Martin can get through these and just simply drive towards the goal and go for the shot there rather than passing it over, she might have another goal on herself here tonight and putting the 9th on the board for the Lady Crusaders. As this one goes through several Lady Crusader defenders, and now going to have to fight to keep this one away. And that wind there, that normally would have been a very powerful kick and probably out of bounds. However, this wind causing it instead to stay in bounds. Now is Brecken Martin again all alone in the upfield and going to call the offsides on Bueller. Stopping all sorts of progress and good things happening there. Fortunately now as the penalty kick will come from Arc City. And Adcock, unfortunately, this one will go out of bounds. And this time an Arc City penalty being called here. As this one is back in play, way deep into Arc City territory, going out of bounds though on Arc City. As Kenzie Welch will come back into the game here tonight. And Brecken Martin passing this one back to Wagner. Wagner, too much power on that kick. As Tegan Nickel is in the game here. And Alyssa Berner not quite able to capitalize on that opportunity. As Wagner is going to have to look to hustle to keep this one in, passing this one up to Brecken Martin. And Tegan Nickel now nearly had a shot at that one, unable to keep contact with that ball as Kenzie Welch passes it back up to her. And Nickel with this one, if she can get around these defenders. Berner missing the pass there, unable to get contact with it, and quite possibly could have had a Lady Crusader goal there. As the ball is back in play now. As we are now down to under 15 minutes left here in the game. now as we await the Arc City throw-in. And going to call the push there on Bueller. As the penalty kick now is awaiting another penalty kick here from Arc City. Late in the game here, score has been 8-0 since way late in the first half. And some stop and go action from Lale there to try and keep the progress going, as Arc City is going to look to come away with this one. And Brecken Martin back with it. And running the lateral game to get the pass going there to Burner. And Burner, some stop and go, passing it over now. Unfortunately, the pass will go to a Bulldog defender rather than any other Lady Crusader forwards or mids. As Tegan Nichols with that one for just a brief moment before Arc City would take it back over. And now waiting the throw in from the Bulldogs, undecisive of where to quite go with it, waiting for anyone else to come in the area, as Desa Davini is now in an unfortunate 2-on-1 situation here. And Sammy Brooks coming away with it. Brooks barely able to keep it in bounds. Great work there. However, going to call that one out on Bueller. And that one also going out on Bueller. And that penalty there going to be called on, the penalty going to go out on Arc City, as the throw-in will come from Desa Davini and back out on Desa Davini as well, as that wind would take control of that ball. As we're now down to the final, nearly final, 10 minutes of this game. And Alyssa Berner and Juliet Shank now are back onto the pitch now for the Lady Crusaders, as we are now down to less than 10 minutes here in tonight's match. And Berner, big kick there. Not quite the attempt she was looking for, as that one will be no good. And this one way back into Crusader territory. Now down to under 8 minutes left here of the match between Lady Crusaders and Arc City Bulldogs. And now down to the 6.5 minute mark here in tonight's matchup. And this one rolling way deep into Crusader territory. Arc City yet again here tonight using the wind to their advantage to get it down where they're wanting it to, as they're going to look to put the first on the board for themselves here tonight way late in the second half as we near the 6 minute mark. Now awaiting the goal kick. Looks like Sammy Brooks will be taking this one for the Lady Crusaders, and that wind having a very drastic effect on that ball. As we're now going to await another Bulldog throw in. And substitution onto the field now for the Lady Crusaders as we await Kinsey Welch to throw this one in. As Claudia Taylor is making her way into this one as we have now passed the 5 minute mark. And now Juliet Shank and Alyssa Berner are hustling to this one. However, not quite going to be able to capitalize on that. Another shot, no good here tonight. As we are now past the 4 minute mark. And Kenzie Welch launching this one up the field, looking for Burner on the pass. If she can get to this one in time, they might possibly be able to put 9 on before we go home tonight. And unable to keep control of that one as Arc City is going to regain possession of this ball. But Sammy Brooks saying not tonight as she'll pass this one up and unable to keep this one in bounds as Kenzie Welch as this will go out. And another Bulldog throw-in coming here. Now down to 3 minutes left here. And Welch not able to beat Arc City goalkeeper to that. Had a very real possibility of being a 9-0 game at that point. She could have gotten to that one. And now down to 2 minutes as Brecken Martin is coming away with this one, and much more of the same back and forth we've seen the entire second half will take place. And Arc City coming away with it, and what hustle there, nearly keeping this one in the play. However, Arc City unable to beat her to it. Or excuse me, unable to beat the ball from getting out of bounds. As the throw-in from Books will come. And out of bounds again on Arc City as we are now down to a minute and a half left here in this game. And out of bounds on Bueller there for another Arc City throw-in. And now down to the final minute of regulation here. A very intense back and forth battle this game was during the second half. Neither team scoring a goal here. And tomorrow night going to be playing for 5th place at 7 o'clock at the location, which is still yet to be determined, as we are now down to 30 seconds. And JV getting lots of minutes in here tonight against a terrific varsity team in Arc City. Getting some good experience in here as Martin would become a little bit upset with that one. However, with 15 seconds left, I would like to thank you for joining us here on Crusader Sports Network tonight for this Lady Crusader victory, taking their record up 1-2 for the season. So, as I was saying, we thank you for joining us here on Crusader Sports Network for the first Lady Crusader victory of the season in an 8-0 victory here tonight against the Arc City Bulldogs. My name is Caden Warner here for Crusader Sports Network along with Colton Hines. Thank you for watching and good night.